This woman done knocked over a whole table of food. The family reunion is over. There's no food. The family reunion is done.
You need to leave.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, I'm Chrissy, and if you've been with me, hey bestie, how you doing? Today we get into a real good, juicy story time, if you can't tell by the title. I just have to let y'all know what went down. Let's not take up too much time, but if you are new and you seeing me for the first time, hey girl, how you doing? You need to go ahead and subscribe to my channel. And I'm gonna wait until you do it. Subscribe and turn on the post notifications. We gonna wait for you. You done? Great. Now we can let you in on all the secrets, okay? If you were real bestie, you would know that you can become a member on this channel now to support your girl even further. So if you want to become a member and have all the secrets, all the tea, and know what's going on, make sure you check them out down below, okay? All right, that you can follow me on social media. It will be in the description box down below. I'm on Instagram, I'm on TikTok. Let's go ahead and get into this story about how I knocked my boyfriend's mama upside her head during the family reunion. Oh! Let's get into it. So everybody knows that family reunions are the time for family to come together. It's time for the family to laugh, to just be happy, to talk about old memories, about embarrassing moments. It's supposed to be a good time, but my time at my boyfriend's family reunion last summer was nothing but a mess, a hot mess that left me feeling just embarrassed. It left me feeling disappointed in myself for letting myself get out of character like that. There was just a bunch of resentment, and it left in a fight. So that's just what it had to be. The day began easy and innocent enough, and I was just, you know, a mixture of excited and nervous because this was my first time meeting my boyfriend's family. We've been dating for a minute, and obviously you want to make the best first impression that you possibly can. This was a big step in our relationship, and you know, especially with me meeting his mother, okay? His mother, we're gonna call her Nicole, and the only thing I heard about her was that she was hard to deal with and she was a big old narcissist, basically. So good times. Dealing with a narcissist is good times. So my boyfriend's family had rented out this big old park. It had a pavilion. It was by a big old lake. It had grills. It had everything going on. When we were driving up, I was getting super anxious because my boyfriend's family is big and I'm meeting most of his family for the first time during this family reunion. So you can only imagine how, like, first of all, I'm socially awkward. So imagine that, socially awkward, meeting a bunch of people for the first time, and it's your boyfriend's family. Oh yeah, the nerves was here. Nicole, my boyfriend's mother, was the first person to come up and greet us and talk to us, and I could tell right away that she was not happy to see me whatsoever. She had this vibe about her that just screamed fake, and her smile was so big and it forced that it just looked like her whole face was about to crack any moment. You could just tell that she did not want to know me. She didn't want me around her son, period. And anybody that is dealing with their boyfriend or husband's mother that's like that, I am so sorry. His mother was like,
Oh, hello, you must be Chrissy. I've heard so much about you.
And I reached my hand out and I was like, yeah, hey Miss Nicole, it's nice to meet you. And you could just tell that she was being cold, if that makes sense. She was just giving me the cold shoulder like I had done something to her. And your girl had to hold it together and fake it till I made it. You know, when I had put my hand out and was like, Miss Nicole, it's nice to meet you, to shake her hand, she was shaking my hand with the death grip. It felt like she wanted to break all the bones in my hand, all of them. that grip, she won't plan. And that's how, like, that's how she let me know. She let me know in these little like subliminal ways that she did not fuck with me like that. I ignored her, and I just went around and mingled with everybody else in my boyfriend's family. Thankfully, everybody was much nicer and much more accepting of me than she was. And yeah, I was just talking to more of his family. The kids were running around, there was games out, the adults were drinking, everybody was just chilling and mingling and waiting for the food to be done. So everything was going pretty smoothly until about lunchtime. Nicole was in charge of the food and setting up the tables and putting all the food out. And she took that job way too seriously. Like, anybody who she thought was in her way, like, she was not having it with you. Like, she was gonna let you know. So I tried to stay out of her way as far as possible, but I was like, I'm gonna help set up the tables, I'm gonna help do something, you know? So I'm help setting up the tables, and my boyfriend's aunt comes out, and she comes up with like a whole pan full of deviled eggs. And his aunt came up to me and she was like,
Hey Chrissy, can you find a place for these deviled eggs?
and she was being really sweet about it. I was like, yeah, of course, I'll make some room. So I put the deviled eggs on the table and was moving some of the other stuff out of the way that was already out there. And of course, his mama comes swooping in like a hawk. And she was like,
What are you doing? The deviled eggs are not supposed to come out till all the other food comes out. What do you think you're doing?
and I was like, I didn't know it was such a problem. All the food gonna be out here anyway, eventually. So what, does it matter that the deviled eggs is out? And first of all, I didn't bring them out here. I was just told what to do. She kind of scared me when she came swooping in like a hawk, because it just scared me. Like, it was just so sudden, and I don't like sudden loud noises. So when she started yelling, I was like, okay, I'm sorry. I didn't know. Like, my boyfriend's, like, I'm not gonna say names, I'm just gonna say my boyfriend's. My boyfriend's aunt came out here and told me to put the deviled eggs out here. And she was like, you know how when you are talking to your mama and she's squinting at you because she know you lying? That's what she was looking at me like. She was like,
Well, you should have asked me first.
like, why are you taking this so serious? Like, it's not that deep. It's not that deep. You need to chill out. It's not that deep. What I did was I was like, okay, my bad. I just took the deviled eggs back inside. That's it. Because I wasn't finna, like, I'm not finna make a big deal out of this situation, especially when I'm the new person here and I'm trying to make a good first impression. I'm not gonna do that. But I don't like disrespect, and there's only so much I'm willing to take, okay? And that's from anybody. Because, you know, people have a saying, respect your elders or whatever. Okay, but respect is not given, it's earned. So if you respect me, I'll respect you. But in this circumstance, I had to calm it down, and I had to go in my head and I'd be like, calm down, girl. We only here for a little bit longer. You can work with it. You can stick it out. The tension was so thick that you could cut it with a knife, y'all. Like, after she had yelled at me about some deviled eggs. And who, like, some deviled eggs? But anyway, my boyfriend had noticed the exchange between me and his mama. I mean, who didn't? She was just yelling at me over some deviled eggs. So he came over there to check up on me. He looks concerned when he's talking to me, and he's like, hey, are you okay? Like, what's going on? And like I said, I'm not trying to make a scene. So I'm just like, yeah, I'm fine. It was just a misunderstanding about where stuff was supposed to go. It's fine. And he, you know, he's like, oh, okay. He gives me a hug. He goes back talking to his other family members. And I was like, okay, cool. But obviously this whole time I could not shake the feeling that his mother did not like me, and she was finna try to embarrass me in some way. She was giving off that vibe for sure. She was like, that's my son. I don't know who you think you are, but yeah, that's not gonna happen over here. That's the vibe I was getting. So as this day went on, things between me and his mom only got worse. It just seemed to go from bad to worse real quick. Anything I did annoyed her. It didn't matter what it was. I could be setting up the drinks, I'm doing it wrong. Like, when I try to set up the table for the deviled eggs, I'm doing it wrong. She didn't like it. And even when I'm laughing with his cousins and joking with his cousins, She didn't like it. Anytime she didn't think nobody was looking, she would give me that bombastic side eye.
Bombastic side eye. Criminal offensive side eye. Do you understand?
You know, this woman did not like me, and I have done nothing to her. And that whole day, like I said, y'all, I'm not trying to start no drama. So like y'all's reaction to this might be a little bit different, but I was trying to hold it together. But all day she was making rude comments under her breath, and I don't like that. I will tell you, speak up. What did you say? What did you say? Because don't say stuff under your breath. If you're gonna say it with your chest. You know what I'm saying? So she was making rude comments under her breath, and she was like,
this little slut he with can't do nothing right, blah, blah, blah.
and I'm like, you don't know me. You don't know me. And okay, bet. At this point, I'm close to the edge, trying not to lose my head. YouTube, please don't copyright me for that, because come on now. Yeah, y'all, I was this close to losing it for real. This close. And I had walked away for a little bit. There was like a trail around the lake, so I just started walking because I was getting irritated, and I was like, let me calm down just by myself, away from everybody else, so that I don't mess this family reunion up. And my boyfriend came and joined me. It was just nice and peaceful, a good stroll for like 30 minutes around the lake. And we talked about everything that had nothing to do with the family drama. We just talked, and it was really nice, and it helped me calm down a little bit. So after we were done walking, we went back to join the family reunion and all the festivities, but I will say that the vibe kind of changed. It was a good change, a good vibe change. It was like a game going on. I don't know, I don't remember the game, but it was like a trivia game going on. We walked in and I was like, okay, this is a good chance for me to like bond with some of like my boyfriend's family members and stuff. So we start playing the game. It's super, super fun. I'm answering questions right. I'm surprised, but I was answering some questions right, and I was proud of myself. Pat on my back. I felt good. So everything was going great for a moment. Everything was going great for one moment until it wasn't. Then there was one question that came up that, I'm not gonna lie, started the whole downfall. It was, who was the first person in the family to graduate? And I knew the answer. I said it with my chest. I knew who it was. It was my boyfriend's great grandfather. So I said it out loud, and everybody was clapping and cheering. You know how black people be. They was hype, and I was loving the energy. I was loving the vibe. Everybody was cool until his mama had to speak up and say,
Actually, it was his sister. She graduated a year before he did.
oh. She said it so condescending, y'all. It was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. Like nobody else said nothing. Nobody was gonna ruin the moment, the fun, nothing. And she just had to say something. She was trying to embarrass me. She was trying to make me feel and look dumb. And like I said, y'all, I was close to the edge, but I wasn't over the edge just yet. So I was like, oh, my bad. I didn't know. And she came up and she put her ashy, dirty, dusty, musty, crusty hand on my shoulder and was patting it and was like,
it's okay, you wouldn't know these things. You're new.
bitch, I know the fuck. I took that one on the chin and I was like, okay, cool. I'm new, I don't know nothing. I bit my tongue and I forced a smile, but inside I was livid over a harmless mistake of a wrong answer. You did not have to be so damn rude. A person can only hold their tongue for so much. So my breaking point was when we had this little family photo session. Nicole, sweet Nicole, my boyfriend's mother, just sweet, sweet her. She was in charge, of course, of arranging everybody how she wanted them to be arranged. But she was being so annoying and bossy about it, and she was barking orders like a drill sergeant. She was not playing about this photo. What I do? I try to stay out the way, but I'm standing next to my boyfriend, right? I'm standing next to my man and I'm trying to stay out the way. Of course, that didn't last very long because Nicole, she immediately points me out and she's like,
Chrissy, you're in the way, you're blocking the view. I'm gonna need you to move all the way to the back.
Nobody's even near me though. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody's behind me, like, and everybody else is pretty much taller than me. So I'm going to be in the back and I'm not gonna be seen. That's pretty much what she wanted. I was looking around, like I said, I was looking around and there was nobody behind me, beside me, that I was blocking the view of. But I didn't want to start nothing. So I moved, right? I moved. And I thought everything was going to be cool. But right before the photographer took the photo, why does Nicole stop the photographer, walk up to me, and says,
"You're still not in the right spot. Can't you follow simple orders?"
oh! Y'all, that was it for me. I had fucking enough. I had enough. I couldn't do it no more. I could feel my temper boiling over. And before I knew it, the words were already out my mouth. Oh! They were already out. And they weren't even that bad for real. They weren't even that bad. It was just the truth. Like, I didn't disrespect her. I didn't call her out her name or nothing. I was just like, I see why my man can't stand to be around you. If you weren't such a controlling narcissist, maybe you could see that there's nothing wrong with where the fuck I'm standing. Period. That's all I said. I don't think it's that bad. The whole family was in shock. Their faces, jaws dropped to the floor because y'all, like, I was like, listen, I'm not finna deal with it. Y'all can look around looking stupid, but I'm not finna deal with that. You know what I'm saying? No, they might put up with her BS, but not me. And for a minute, I thought that she was gonna smack me. I really thought she was. I thought she was gonna put her hands on me. But she walked up to me and she was like, right here. She was like,
"How dare you disrespect me? You don't know me like that. You don't know who the fuck you're talking to."
We kept going back and forth. She kept saying, "You don't know me." And I was like, I think I the fuck do. You've been treating me like shit all damn day. And I'm not gonna put up with it like everybody else here. I'm just not. It was just a bunch of words back and forth, back and forth, back and forth for at least like a minute or two. Before I knew what was happening, y'all, it was happening, okay? It was happening. She had put her hands on me first. Like I said, I was not here to start nothing. But you put your hands on me, it's done. It's wraps. It's done. We're done. We're not playing them type of games. You don't put your hands on me, okay? You can say whatever you want. Don't put your hands on me. So before I even knew what was happening, this is what went down, okay? She's swinging at me, right? She's swinging at me, trying to grab my hair. And what happens is, we end up on the ground. I'm on top of her. You know, I'm just hitting her. We were on the ground for at least like a minute or two before anybody broke us up. And I'm just like, my shirt ends up getting ripped, by the way. It's ripped. It's dirty and ripped. It's grass stained. It's over with. There's no reconciliation after this. My shirt's ripped. So might as well just keep going. But everybody comes in, they break us up, and the kids is crying. Everybody confused. This woman done knocked over a whole table of food. The family reunion is over. There's no food. The family reunion is done. In the midst of the kids crying and everybody yelling, his mama come at me again. Look. She come at me again, and we start rolling around and fighting like animals. It's like,
You need to leave.
y'all, it was a mess. We was just rolling on the ground like some damn fools, some damn animals. We stumbled around, fumbled around on the ground. We was getting hits in. It was a mess, to say the least. It was a mess, and I felt like the whole time that I'm getting into it, I'm embarrassed for me and my man, because no way I just acted out like that. He brings me, and look what I do. So, oh my God. I can't even tell this story seriously. But anyway, my anger and adrenaline was too focused on whooping ass, okay? I could not do anything else. My boyfriend and his family came and broke us up, and my petty self, you know what I did? Right before they were able to break us up, kicked his mama right in the face. I got one last kick in, cause who do you think you are, baby girl? Ciao. That's what you get. You gotta get one last hit in. I got the last hit in, and I will forever be able to say that. You know, just one last kick, a little cherry on top of the whole situation. But my man, he's holding me back. He's holding me and walking off with me at the same time so that I can't get away and run and one last time. So yeah, and then somebody else is holding his mama back. I think it was her husband holding her back. But anyway, my man was like, "Chrissy, what the fuck was that? Like, what are you doing? I said, she was fucking with me all day. I'm not gonna keep doing it. No. All the comments she said under her breath, everything that I was doing wrong, she kept complaining. She was annoying, nagging. It was getting on my nerves. I could not hold my tongue. It's not, no. I could not do that for much longer. So, yeah. It was just heated. I'm sorry, but it is what it is. I was like, man, she been treating me like shit all day. And his mama in the back yelling something. Can't nobody hear her stank breath ass anyway. Oh! But yeah, now I'm just like, yeah, I can't come back from this. The first impression is there. There ain't no coming back from this, babe. It's over with. I can't come to no more family functions after that. The rest of the time after reunion was pretty much a big old blur in my head, so I couldn't tell you what happened, but I know that me and my man pretty much left right after this situation. We stayed probably maybe like 30 minutes, but I was in the car, baby, because I couldn't handle her no more. So we drove back home. The ride back home was tense, y'all. It was tense. And I could tell my man was upset, but I didn't know what to say to make it any better. So when we get home, he finally speaks to me and he's like, yo, Chrissy, like, I'm so sorry that that happened and that you were put in that situation. Like, I knew my mom was a certain type of way, but I didn't think she'd go that far. And I was like, nah, you know, babe, it's on me, because I let her get to me that badly that I didn't even just walk away and just keep it cool and classy, you know? So I'm sorry. We pretty much sat in silence for a little bit, just trying to process everything that had happened. And then my man gives me a hug and he's like, you know, it's fine, we gonna get through it, it's okay. It is what it is. And we, like, me and his mom, we never really fixed anything after that situation, because listen, what is it that we can fix? I already done kicked you in the face. Like, what can we do after that? There's no fixing nothing, because that will forever be stamped on her brain. So there's no fixing that. But that event was the talk of the family for a minute, and it was not good. But we don't talk anymore. Like, me and his mom, we don't talk anymore. My man and his mom don't talk anymore. She got that bad. It was a whole thing. But there's only so much I could have done. There's only, like, you can only push somebody so much until they just snap, and that's what happened. So I tried so hard to keep it together and keep my cool and be respectful, but if you're not gonna give me the same respect, then we're not gonna have that at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, sorry if I'm looking a mess. Y'all seen what I had to do. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think in the comments, and let me know if you think that I was wrong. Who was in the wrong in this situation? For real. Be for real. I will see you guys in my next video. Make sure you subscribe, turn on the post notifications so you know every single time I post, and follow me on social media, girl. You'll see it all there. I love y'all. Bye.